It's crazy. Our buddy Blitz Crew checking in says, just ask this to Matt and BJF. If you guys don't know who that is, that's Blowjob Franklin. Wait, Buffalo Jets. That's who it is. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different guy. Is Olu a better left tackle than the current version of Tyron Smith at this point? What's the move at safety with Clark situation? So this is one of the things that I did hope to later in the show get to. We can talk about it now, which is the offensive line. Tyron Smith has given up as many sacks in 6 games that he gave up in the last 5 years, which is the very Jetsy thing, right? Do you think that Olu Fashanu is a better option, Tigo? And I'll use the timer. Blitz Crew, I'll take your super chat off, but thank you so much for your undying support. You're one of the most staunch and loyal supporters, and I'm grateful for you. But I'll take it off so we can see the timer. Answer the question, Tigo, from a general manager perspective. What are you looking at here? You know, Tyron Smith was your big free agent signing on the offensive line, and he's just not doing what you had hoped, at least up to this point. Are you ready to pull the plug? Are you thinking that the rookie is a better option at left tackle than the great Tyron Smith at this point?
I think that it's probably going to be an unpopular opinion. And I think Tyron Smith has not been the Tyron Smith that we've been promised, right? The best tackle in the NFL. And because that's what he was before he got here. And then he gets here and he's not that. I don't necessarily think that he has been like atrocious. And there are problems in his game. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to say that he's been good either. But I was having this conversation in the group chat, and I'm just like, I'm at a point where the season is on the line. And this is why, like, as a GM, I'm happy I don't have to answer this question, like, because obviously it's going to be the head coach that needs to make this decision. But and Ulbrich can make that decision. But it's just like we made sure to get a high-level backup for him. And we've seen Olu play, and he's played well. There is a legitimate conversation to be had where you got to go and you got to say, like, Olu's going to hold up in pass protection better than Tyron Smith at this point. And it might be that he's still recovering from the injury. It might be that he needs a couple of weeks, and maybe you can disguise it with that. And you can say, look, you're not doing what we need you to do right now. We're going to give Olu a run for 4 weeks, get healthy, get 100%. And we'll try it again after, like, when we play when we play New England again, whenever that is, we can, you know, like something along those lines. It's just a matter of, it's a difficult conversation to have. I don't love that he's taking veteran rest days and all of those things. And it's just like we don't have that luxury. That's the sad truth. We don't have the luxury at this point in time for our offensive tackle to take veteran rest days. It's just not an option. And so, look, I don't think Smith is absolutely the worst answer. And it's probably because of my fear of, I don't know if Olu's ready. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is, like, yes, if you could replace Tyron Smith, do it. We're not going to go out and trade for a left tackle. You have to find the solution in-house. Is Olu the answer? We took him in the first round. Hopefully he is. But you're really going to bank the health of Aaron Rodgers on Olu, because it can get worse. It can get worse.
Right. Yep.
Well, just as much as it can get better. And that's my biggest fear. And that's why I'm trying to, like, beat around the bush here, is because I don't know what the answer is. Like, and it's good that I don't know what the answer is. And it's just like, okay, like, that's great. I wish I had the tape on Olu in practice, but I don't. And so I'm willing to risk it and put Olu in. He's younger. He's more athletic. He's less injury prone, but I'm scared because it can get worse before it gets better. And Pittsburgh Steelers are no joke.
Right, man. Like, it's like, you know, you don't know what you got till it's gone, so to speak. And we, you know, look, we've had worse left tackles. We've had worse everything.
Last year?
Let me rebut And then one of the things I want to do, I want to get your comments on the subject too, guys. So we'll go back. I see some Devontae comments that I want to show up, put up there. I have a poll up there right now for you guys on this question right here. So let me start the timer for me. And I'm gonna say I won't even need the time, I don't think. But here's from the general manager and my discussions with the coach and all that, because like you said perfectly, I'm not going to be able to go find a better left tackle situation out there in, trades or, practice squads. It's just, I'm not able to fix this, man. So we got to have this discussion on what's the best option right now. Is Tyron Smith a little banged up? So can he, benefit from taking a week or two? Here's what I would literally say. And I would make sure Tyron Smith and Olu Fashanu know this. You're Tyron Smith, you are playing. You're going to get the first half. As soon as it starts to break down, we're going to be putting Olu Fashanu in. So if you play the whole game and it's great, fantastic. Then you stay in the whole game. But it's got to be a short leash. And we're going to put the kid in. If there's 2 sacks in the first half, a sack and 4 pressures, whatever the hell it is, something that's, you're clearly getting beaten today and Aaron Rodgers' life is at risk, then we're putting Olu Fashanu in. And it just is what it is. And like you said, maybe it's a short stint, maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's 3 weeks, unless he's just, rocking the _boss, so to speak. We can put you back in, go and heal up, take a minute, back up, just reset, and you can, and we can, introduce the idea of you coming back in. But that's what has to happen. Here's where we are. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about, high expectations. If your left tackle is getting beat, all game, and Aaron Rodgers is getting blindside sacked, you can't just, it's our left tackle. It's just you have a first-round pick. Yes, he struggled at right tackle, but it's not his natural position. He would need time over there to I know they were working it out in preseason. They want him to be the swing. That's fine. But his natural position is left tackle. He happens to be a very strong pass protector. That's the most important thing. If you have to pick one, you'd pick the pass protection. So I would say exactly that. Tyron Smith, you're our guy, but if you're struggling again, we're going to be putting the kid in. Just know that ahead of time. It's not a threat or anything. It's just where we are. Accountability is the word of the organization right now. Look, I'm using the time because I can't shut up. So that's the way it's going to be. Olu's on deck, and Olu, be ready to play. Because if Tyron Smith falters, you're going in. That's the way I see it, everybody. So let's get to
that message needs to be important, that it's a short leash. That's what I really liked what you said. It's a short leash. It's your job right now, but you're on the edge, my guy.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.